within thee, where we take time to get in touch with the divine. Okay, you guys. So I've been talking to a lot of people, right? A lot of people have been reaching out to me to ask some clarity about what's going on with this eclipse season and how we can actually anchor in some more practical understanding, right? And application, right? How we can actually like integrate, like how we can begin to integrate better anchoring points, right? So since where Saturn is retrograding, right? Saturn is the planet of Capricorn, but it's also like rules, law, order, restriction, things like this, right? So if we understand that, and then that it's like a retrograding, allowing us to go back and kind of reformat these things, right? So, and because it's an Earth sign, and we're in Virgo as well, which is also an Earth sign. Grounding practices are great. Now, being in nature is good, like working with foods or herbs, like actually being more hands on. But I would say, as far as Virgo and Capricorn go, what what we're doing is a lot of cleansing, right? So a lot of cleaning and decluttering, and this doesn't mean so practical application or grounding number one, okay? Nature, make sure you're eating like more whole things, maybe more intuitively, or if you're more hungry, eat more, rest more, right? Be a little bit more in the physical body in this sense, in the grounding practice, right? And then physical, mental, emotional space decluttering. So just releasing, allowing emotional things to come up, allow yourself to express them, right? Like allow the Durga or the Kali to kind of come out, allow yourself to be upset about something. I think this is like the biggest application I can get from a lot of the channeling that's been going on, right? A lot of the collective energy. So, ground, number one, cleaning, right? Virgo and Capricorn are very regimented, like how we set up or frame what's going on now is like how we're carrying into the next 20-year cycle. It's like the fifth or something today, I think, which means we also have Uranus shifting in. Yes, Uranus. Okay, what does this mean? Sudden, unpredictable change, right? So make sure that the things that you want, the most important, grounding, practical thing, the things that you want are how you kind of would like them, right? Like your space, your everything is clean. Like make sure your health and physical regimen, and I don't mean like physical appearances for how everybody else feels. You're what is making you feel good, and it may be different than it normally is, right? Number two, practical application, right? Um, Maybe some journaling prompts or some writing reflection, right? So we're going to talk about old old perceptions of self, right? And limiting beliefs. So if we're restructuring our system, right, what we're going into, the eclipse and all of this is really about going into our subconscious mind and coming out. So we need to look at old self perceptions, limiting beliefs, especially since we're age of Aquarius, right? We're in Pluto is in Aquarius, which is like the underworld switching everything, right? And Aquarius is like this like community sense, right? Like how we're collaborating. So make sure when we're relating or reflecting on limiting beliefs, we also look about how we, not just ourselves might judge ourselves, but how we perceive others' judgment upon us, right? Because this is a mirror or a reflection, right? I like to identify those things, right? The thing that I don't like in somebody else, and make sure as I'm reflecting back that I'm understanding that even though we're all reflections of each other, we're not all on the same level, on the same boat. You know what I'm saying? So notice sometimes we're releasing old patterns that we're noticing, and it's bringing it to light to remind us not to repeat that same pattern over, right? Like, it's like, oh, remember this thing? Like, this is familiar, right? Like, same thing, different person, um, same shit, different, new toilet, whatever, you know? And so this is what I can say for journaling prompts, right? Really reflect on that, what we're releasing, right? What old systematic way of thinking, of doing things. And this can be for personal, and this can be also like on a larger scale, right? Like how has systems been working? How has schools been working? How has these things been working? And what are these old systems and limiting beliefs on how society decides versus what it should be, right? Like, there's a lot of vision that's going on during this time, right? Like, tell a vision, like, tell what your vision is, not just like a dream. Like, what does it actually look like? So identify that which is old limiting beliefs or systems, right? Journaling, and let that go. You know, if you want to burn it, you can totally burn it. Whatever you would like to do, but write it down with the intention to release it after we write it down. Writing, spelling, that's why it's called spelling, right? So make sure that you're writing at the top of your journaling prompt or your release or whatever, I release this, you know? My intention is going to have a lot of everything, which brings us to point 3, which is our intentions. So after we've um, checked out our limiting beliefs, right? We've journaled that, like, what we're ready to release, right? What we're ready to, like, let go of to make space for the new thing to come in. Now we have setting intentions. Now think about, right? Visualize this new self-empowering beliefs about yourself, society, like everything, right? The way it is, like the world coming into peace, people coming to help, like, come together to save it more, you know, like these types of things. Like, what are these empowering belief systems? Okay, so start with self. Obviously, this is all about what we do for self expands outward, right, for others. So it's like a ripple, like a domino effect, right? So yeah, number 3, think about the intentions that you really want to set and visualize them, but don't just visualize them, feel them, see how that's going to be, and then kind of release it, right? Let it go. Like, hold on to the idea of this vision without all of the extra distortion from the matrix. Okay, so then let's see. What did I put? Ritual element. So with this, what I like to do is include something like burning a candle. I normally like to kind of like mix them together, right? Like, I create a bath, I put flowers, sometimes I put different essential oils depending on either what's intuitively coming or what I feel like needs more cleansing or grounding or chilling. I do this, you know, cleanse myself and then immerse myself, right, in this state, and lighting candle, lighting sage, lighting some things, right? Cleanse your space, cleanse your being, cleanse your space energetically, spiritually, you know, clean stuff. Maybe it's a great time to sell some things or to give some things away or to get rid of things, right? Like, and also like old things, like old trauma, old things that are just not, they're just still stuck there, you know, write them down and say, you know, you've occupied rent free for too long, you know. So yeah, do that. You can, again, like I said, work with food. You can create a special food, or maybe like a moon water that you put out, right? Can make it maybe like a sun tea and let it come for the sun and then the moon, and that could be cool. But yeah, different things like this, small little rituals. You can light incense and make a prayer. I generally, to my altar, bring flowers and incense and make an offering, and same with the little temple here. Um, Out here we have kana, which is like these little blessings that they put all the different colored flowers that are for the different deities and the different area. It's so this is something that I do, but you can do the same thing, right? Flowers, a little bit of food, something like this, like offer. Something I've also been channeled to share with people is part of the ritual element is go to water sources, right? Go to where there is lake or river or ocean, something like this. Um, Preferably water that has movement, but it doesn't have to be, right? The water is storing memory, and since Mother Earth is mostly, Mother Ocean is mostly water, similar to us, it's storing memory, right? And it's remembering all of this stuff. This is why all the ancestors prayed and sang to the water, right? It's not unintentional. So, um, thank Mother Ocean, thank Mother Earth, thank the ancestors, the angels, the spirits, universe, source, creator, Um, thank them, sing the prayers and the gratitude of bringing this new world into this beautiful collective, unity vibration, right? Um, yeah, and do that. I like to go and kind of write also, right? Sing, write, go channel, do something, play by the water, and send laughs or prayers into it. Um, and then for number 5, right? Meditation, right? I'm gonna work on maybe if I get my singing bowls back out. I was gonna take them on a trip. I'm not sure yet. Um, haven't had a response. So maybe I will do meditation for you guys with the singing bowls. That would be cool. Or if someone else has some cool music, if that's something you guys like to hear, drop a heart or something down below. But yeah, meditating and in the process of meditating, know that meditation comes in many forms, right? We can just do breath work or breathing that helps to calm or quiet us. Like many people have different forms of meditation. I like to sometimes sing or dance or start creating, right? I get in this flow, this meditative state to where I'm just doing what I'm doing and I'm not, everything else is tuned out. So if your meditation is going for a run or cooking or going for a surf, just tap into that. Take time to really, tap into something that's more hands on, right? More tangible, less, less, less electronic, right? So if you want to connect with people more, like actually make the phone call or write a letter or meet them in person or send an actual voice note so you can convey a little bit of realness, right? This is important, that we're really grounded into this organic future moving forward. I mean, to each his own, but this is what I can offer you guys as practical application for the eclipse energy. Now remember, there's intense beginnings and endings and shiftings and everything that's happening with all of the energy and the planetary energy and the Uranian energy, right? It's just whoosh, crazy. So make sure that even if it's like your wildest dream, right? Like maybe you don't need to know every step of how you would achieve it or how you would get there, but you need to say, this is really like the thing, right? This is the thing that I feel like is my purpose or my mission. This is the thing that is my driving force. And if you guys want to schedule a personal reading and try to get some guidance, more clarity, if you don't know what your actual mission or source is, We can check that out. Also, can go a little bit deeper and cross check with some astrology in your chart and help you to see kind of what your life's set purpose is, right? So, as always, infinite blessings, love, and light. I hope this helps you guys. Ciao from Meow.